Hello there. So today we're gonna be talking about which state handled the pandemic better, but we're just gonna be talking about two. And both of them are sunshine states. And it's California to the west and Florida in the southeast. Both of them along will Texas lead the nation with the most cases. But both states handle it differently. We're also going retracting not only daily cases but also per capita and the actions how to say they did once the pandemic hit. As of making this video on October 7, 2021, California has 4.6 million confirmed cases. And Florida over 3.6 million. So in Florida the governor is Ron DeSantis decided to approach the very few restrictions. And took a very political conservative way. And is also against vaccine mandates. And Newsom in California they political progressive ways such as mask mandates, strict lockdowns and even school closures. And even vaccine mandates. But let's go back and do a timeline all the way back to March 2020. When all this started. Back in mid-March. While Italy was going out of control. California decided to close down bars and restaurants for everything, just shut down the state. And put a stay-at-home order in place. Another hand, Florida did a stay-at-home order until April 2nd. But both states at that time they were actually doing pretty good because the epicenter at the time was not all Europe, it was in the Northeast including New York. They were getting hammered. Especially throughout April. But it wasn't till May the Florida decided to reopen, but California did follow, but then they started reopening kind of too fast. And then the following BLM protest. In fact they didn't cause the virus is spread, but the Memorial Day weekend may have been most reasonable. And by June cases actually skyrocket in both states. But if you look at the per capita rate, Florida was actually seen almost twice that of California. And by July both states final see a peak in cases. Florida 12 to 15,000. And California 10 to 12,000. At that time Newsom decided to close down things. And restaurants were limited to outdoor dining and the takeout service. But in Florida they just continue reopening. But then by August things were looking well, but they kind of fled the nation and they also take over New York in cases. Things were looking kind of better in both states by September and October. As the second wave begins in Europe in the Northeast again. California decided to lift some restrictions. But how are they were capacity, as Florida decided to just have fews. But once November came in after Halloween and the elections. Cases start to rise up again in both